Governor Walz considers a special session after a church shooting in Minneapolis. I'm KIMT News 3's Evan Berg with how local lawmakers differ on how to address it so future tragedies don't happen in the future.
A Rochester barber is back at work after being out with health issues for more than 2 years. Why for him and his customers, his return was crucial. Plus, Senator Joni Ernst has made a decision to run again or not. New tonight, someone else announces a run for her seat.
And take a look at the map behind me if you can. Temperatures for many still in the 70s. I won't be able to say that, though, over the next couple days as we're falling into more of that autumn-like chill. I'll let you know where the temps plan to go.
Live from KIMT News 3, we've got you covered. This is KIMT News 3 at 6.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us for KIMT News 3 at 6 o'clock. I'm Cami Raisler. New today, Governor Tim Walz is considering a special session to address gun violence after a mass shooting at a Minneapolis Catholic school last week. KIMT News 3's Evan Berg is following this story for us and spoke with our local lawmakers on what could come from this. He joins us now live in studio. Evan.
Cami, the special session itself is still mostly hypothetical, but after speaking with Rochester lawmakers, it's clear there are many politicians who want to make sure what happened in Annunciation can't happen again. Rochester DFL Representative Tina Liebling says a good place to start would be banning semi-automatic rifles and other weapons capable of rapid fire. In this case, the Minneapolis Police Department said the shooter was armed with a rifle, pistol, and a shotgun. Rochester Republican Senator Carla Nelson says the state of Minnesota has already rolled out new red flag laws this year, so she's not as sure if more gun regulations will work until there are more specific proposals. But she says she is in favor of having a shooter-first approach by advocating for more access to mental health professionals and other resources like crisis beds.
We need to make sure that we have the mental health continuum so we can serve people, especially when they are in their neediest moments. And that's how we can prevent these things.
There are a lot of ways to approach it, but the one common denominator is that we have way too many guns and way too many guns that can fire rapidly and with enormous amount of power, and that people really don't need.
But before any of this becomes a concern, first Governor Walz will actually have to call a special session, which he still has yet to coordinate with House and Senate leaders.
All right, Evan, thank you so much. And I do have a question about what Representative Liebling said, because if we look at semi-automatic weapons, a lot of people watching, maybe they hunt. I mean, basically, the rifle you use to shoot a deer is a semi-automatic weapon. So she thinks that that is something realistic that they could do?
Well, I believe when she was talking about banning certain semi-automatic weapons, she was specifically referring to things not used for hunting, things that maybe are firing at a rate that's maybe not realistic for hitting a deer.
Okay, and larger clips probably. So this is something that we'll continue to follow because obviously it is a hot topic with our lawmakers and with everyone throughout the state of Minnesota and really the country. Senior administrative officials have said if the special session moves forward, we may see one as soon as this month. While the governor can choose to call a special session, it is up to the legislature to set its length. All right, let's turn to weather now. KIMT Storm Track 3 Chief Meteorologist Sarah Knox joins us now on this nice day. We saw some showers, though, earlier today, and it sounds like things are going to cool down just a bit. Sarah, what are you tracking?
Oh yes, the light jackets are going to be necessary here, maybe even some heavier ones depending on how late you plan to be out or how early over the next couple days, because all the rain that we saw today and the possibility for a little more later tonight, it's all due in part to a cold front that is passing over the region as we speak. Sweeping through behind it, cooler air and a low pressure system that's going to keep it here for a good stretch. Before we get to that though, if you're stepping out the door right now, across North Iowa, things looking much better than they did this time just the last hour. It was a little more scattered with rain. Now a lot of that activity continues to move out, so it's quieter. And even seeing maybe a little sunshine or two poke through the clouds. Now a little further to the northwest, and this is what I've got my eyes on now, that possibility of it coming our way as we get into the evening. Cami, I will time that out as well as go into more detail about the cool down coming. It's all in the next couple minutes.
All right, Sarah, thank you so much. Senator Joni Ernst of Iowa made it official today. She will not be running for another term in 2026. She made the announcement with this video on YouTube.
This was no easy decision. I love my state and country. It's the very reason why I decided to wear our nation's uniform and run for elected office in the first place. I never imagined this farm girl would have the opportunity to serve as a lieutenant colonel and then a United States Senator.
Ernst said she wants to spend more time with her family as a reason why she's not running again. Iowa Senior Senator Chuck Grassley responded to the announcement by saying Ernst broke barriers as the Senate's first female combat veteran and Iowa's first woman elected to Congress. Also new tonight, U.S. Representative Ashley Hinson says she's running for Ernst's seat in the Senate. Hinson, a Republican, currently represents Iowa's 2nd congressional district in the U.S. House, a seat she has held since 2023. She also served as the representative for the 1st congressional district from 21 to 23 and in the Iowa House of Representatives from 2017 to 2021. A death investigation is underway at a campground in Mazeppa. The Wabasha County Sheriff's Office is investigating the death of a 63-year-old woman named Barbara McBride Law. Deputies found her dead in a camper at Max Park Place on Saturday. There are no visible injuries. An autopsy will determine the cause of death. Officials are calling the death suspicious, which is standard procedure in a case like this. The chairs have been dusted off at a Rochester barber shop that's now back in business. The owner, Dwayne Hawkins, took 3 years off because of kidney cancer.
Yeah, I guess I'm still working.
What are you, 61, 62?
62.
Hawkins says he reopened the 60-year-old Kaler barbershop in the Rochester subway around 8 a.m. today. His old regulars are already lining up to get back in the chair. He saw some of them earlier today. During his recovery, Hawkins says he's been paying for his store's rent out of his own savings and has been waiting for the day when he could get back to cutting hair. Longtime neighbors of the business says it is excited, or they say it is they are excited to see him back with his scissors in his hand.
Feels great. You know, Dwayne is really the only barber in downtown Rochester. And another thing is a little selfish for us, but a lot of guys, when they go get their hair cut with Dwayne, they come into the store and shop. So we miss a lot of his old customers. And I know that a lot of the customers as well are really happy that Dwayne is back.
Hawkins says he'll have new hours moving forward from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Tuesday through Friday. Starting tonight, drivers in Austin will face overnight detours on I-90 as construction crews work on removing equipment over the highway at 4th Street Northwest. The Minnesota Department of Transportation says the detours will run from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. for 3 consecutive nights. Work is expected to be complete and the road will open by 6 a.m. this Friday, September 5th. The new bridge at 4th Street Northwest is expected to open by late fall with additional bridge work planned for next year. We have information about the detour route. That's on our website right now. You can check it out. If you do have to head that way, you can go to our website, KIMT.com. Some more road work to tell you about on Iowa Highway 9 is set to continue starting today. This happened. It will continue through late this month. The Iowa Department of Transportation says crews will undertake the second stage of a concrete pavement replacement project from West Kirkwood Avenue to the entrance of Street Chiropractic. As a result, Iowa 9 will be closed in this area. During the closure, traffic will detour via Mitchell County Road T26 and US 218. The Iowa DOT urges drivers to use caution, follow speed limits, and again be mindful of doubled traffic fines in work zones because you can obviously kill someone. So don't worry about the fines, worry about safety. Sarah, I'll send it over to you.
Thank you very much, Cammie. Camera is not facing the correct way. If we were to turn it around, we would see some clearer skies on the way, but don't worry, we'll get to that after the commercial break. Now, as for what we're seeing, these clouds kind of left over by the rain that moved through. Will there be more as we head into the evening? And what about the rest of the week? It's going to be a cooler one. I've got all the details you need to know coming up.